There comes a moment in every life where the weight becomes almost unbearable. The headlines scream uncertainty, the bills pile up faster than answers, and the people you once relied on seem suddenly out of reach. You wonder if you're seen, if you're heard, if your voice still matters in a world that runs on speed, results, and performance. For some of us, just getting out of bed is an act of resistance. For others, success has come, but it feels hollow, like an echo of something more meaningful we've lost along the way. If any of that sounds familiar, I want you to know something radical. You are not here by accident. You are not wandering aimlessly through chaos. You are called not just to survive this moment, but to shape it. You are here to carry something powerful, something healing. You are here to bring hope. That's the first truth I want you to sit with. You are not just a receiver of peace. You are a carrier of it. Right now, our communities are parched. People are walking around smiling on the surface, but drowning underneath. Anxiety is the new normal. Cynicism is trending. And into that world, you've been sent, not empty-handed, but filled with something that money can't buy. A deep, enduring peace that flows from the inside out. The teachings of Jesus were not about escaping the world, but entering it boldly with a different kind of presence. A presence that doesn't get overwhelmed by darkness, but gently shines through it. If you're waiting to feel ready, let me tell you, readiness isn't a feeling. It's a decision. The decision to stop disqualifying yourself because of your past or current confusion, and instead to say, even now, I can choose to carry peace. You don't have to preach. You don't have to be perfect. What you do have is your story, your smile, your listening ear, your quiet strength. Every word of kindness you offer, every act of patience, every courageous conversation, every time you choose forgiveness over fury, you plant a seed of hope. And in a world that often feels like spiritual concrete, those seeds matter. They crack the pavement. They reach deep. And even if you don't see the harvest right away, something begins to grow. You're not alone in this work. You're backed by the very Spirit that gave Jesus the strength to keep loving in a world that rejected him. And if he could extend peace in the face of pain, then you can too. But to carry hope outward, you must also learn how to carry it within. That's the second truth. Wake up with expectancy, not dread. Most people start their day overwhelmed. The alarm rings and their mind immediately begins racing. Deadlines, drama, debts, doubts. The day hasn't even begun, and they already feel behind. But Jesus taught a different rhythm, one where each morning is a new canvas, not a continuation of yesterday's failures. He didn't wake up reacting to the demands of the world. He woke up grounded in purpose, ready to walk with intention. And that's available to you too. Expectancy is not naive optimism, it's anchored hope. It's waking up and saying, something good can happen today, even if it starts hard. It's believing that you don't have to chase miracles because they're already woven into your journey, disguised as simple conversations, ordinary tasks, or unexpected moments of grace. You might not see the full picture, but expectancy tunes your heart to the frequency of possibility. It transforms your posture from, I have to survive another day, to, I get to walk through this day carrying purpose. This doesn't mean you won't face challenges, but it does mean that your challenges don't get the final word. When you start your morning by acknowledging what you do have, breath in your lungs, a mind that can think, a heart that can feel, people who still love you, you start watering the ground for breakthrough. And when your first thoughts are rooted in gratitude instead of lack, your brain changes. Your spirit changes. You stop reacting and start responding. That's where joy begins, not in perfection, but in perspective. So tomorrow, before you grab your phone, grab a thought of gratitude. Let it shape your day before the world tries to. And that leads to the third truth. Your worth is not in question, and it never has been. If we could only see ourselves the way Jesus sees us, how much shame we would shed, how much clearer our decisions would become, how many of our self-imposed limitations would fall away. So many of us spend our entire lives trying to prove something, that we're good enough, strong enough, valuable enough. We compare, we compete, we chase validations that vanish the moment we grasp them. But Jesus never taught that your value comes from performance. He taught that it comes from identity. You are not defined by your failures, your reputation, or your resume. You're not less because of your anxiety, your addiction, your doubts. He saw people in their lowest places, their most vulnerable, broken, misunderstood moments. And instead of turning away, he leaned in. And that same presence still leans toward you. Your flaws don't make you unworthy. They make you human. And Jesus didn't come to affirm the flawless. He came to awaken the wounded, to restore what's been lost, to remind each person that nothing about their past disqualifies them from being used today. So stop waiting for some perfect version of yourself to start living boldly. The world doesn't need perfect people. It needs people who are real, surrendered, and willing to love anyway. Stop rehearsing your regrets. Stop measuring yourself by standards set by people who don't know your heart. You don't have to prove you belong. You already do. That approval was given freely, fully, and permanently. You are seen. You are chosen. You are held. So now what? If you've made it this far listening, something is stirring in you. A fire you almost let go of is flickering again. A voice that was drowned out by fear is rising. That's not a coincidence. That's a call. The call to share peace, to live with expectancy, and to walk with confidence in your worth. The world may not applaud this way of life, but the world desperately needs it. You've been given something sacred, a message that brings light to the weary and courage to the broken. You've been entrusted with a spirit that doesn't shrink in fear, but rises in love. So wake up tomorrow with a new lens. Walk into your workplace, your home, your school, your city, not looking for permission to matter, but knowing you already do. The healing begins when you believe that your peace can be someone else's miracle, your expectancy can be someone else's hope, and your identity, rooted in love, can light the way through someone else's darkness. You are not random. You are not alone. You are not powerless. You are here, and you are ready. Let's go and carry what this world can't manufacture. Peace that's alive, hope that's contagious, and love that doesn't run out. Let this be the moment you stop waiting and start becoming. Perhaps you're thinking, that sounds beautiful, but my life feels like rubble right now. All the more reason to practice. Gratitude in abundance is courtesy. Gratitude in scarcity is courage. If you're sitting in a hospital waiting room, thank God for competent doctors. If you're sifting through rejection emails, thank Him for the resilience you're building. If you're grieving, thank Him for the love that makes loss so painful and so precious. Those thank yous do not trivialize suffering. They tether you to hope. They keep your heart open, free from the calcifying power of bitterness, so you can still recognize and receive the next miracle when it knocks. Pause and imagine your next week governed by these twin practices. You wake tomorrow, and before touchscreen light floods your face, you breathe 3 deep breaths, naming 3 gifts. The noise tries to intrude, deadlines, commentary, inner critics, but you answer it with a line of grace. I am grounded, I am guided, I am grateful. Mid-afternoon, when stress spikes, you steal 90 seconds of silence. Eyes closed, you picture waves settling at the word peace. Evening arrives, and instead of doom scrolling yourself numb, you scroll your memory, replaying moments where kindness showed up, where you saw progress, where hope winked. You jot them down, sleep on them, and wake eager to notice more. Over time, those simple habits accumulate. Noise loses volume, grace gains lift, gratitude gains muscle, and faith, once timid, begins speaking to mountains with surprising authority. Obstacles still appear, but they no longer dictate your horizon. You find yourself strangely calm in crises, quick to encourage others, bold in decisions once paralyzed by fear. That is not self-help optimism. It is the practiced presence of the teachings we model after Jesus. Hush the storm. Thank before you receive. Believe while the loaf is still in your hands. And as you embody that rhythm, you become a living invitation for others to hear less noise and see more possibility. So let us walk out of this moment equipped with 2 convictions etched deep in our bones. First, the world's volume does not determine our peace. We silence it by standing on grace. Second, Our circumstances do not dictate our joy. We ignite joy by choosing gratitude before the miracle, during the wait, and after the breakthrough. Commit to those convictions and watch the landscape of your life and the lives around you shift from barren to blooming, from frantic to fruitful, from fearful to fear-shattering faith.